Ladies and gentlemen, this is a YouTube show in which you are brought Slot Machine Sunday, Money Cards Monday, Tic Tac Tuesday, Whammy Mania Wednesday, Thundercracker Thursday, and Flinging Dice Friday and Saturday Superstarcade. Also, wrestling news from Raw, NXT 2.0, AEW Dynamite, NXT UK, Impact Wrestling, SmackDown and 205 Live, and AEW Rampage, and special episodes from Road and Up, Cyber Swaggin', and the philosophies of Lee McLeese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube show of fun, of knowledge, strategy, luck and daring, and mental shenanigans. This is WEML-TV Channel 77. And now here's the host of the show, live from New Bedford, Massachusetts. It is none other than Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, for that wonderful, lovely intro. Hello, everyone. It's your friendly neighborhood bumbling bofa raver and the five-time bumbling bozos, Bozy Awards nominee of 2021, Mr. Eric M. Lima. That's me. Welcome to another episode of my YouTube channel and show that could be a candidate and a nominee for a Bozy Award this year. That's right. This is WEML-TV Channel 77. That's right. And this is episode 985. We just got done watching the Elimination Chamber. That's right, the Elimination Chamber. Very excited. This was kind of a crazy event, to say the least. A lot of weird things have been happening all around. And, and I figured, well, I just got done watching with my friends Jordan Little, Nick Infante, Kevin Dede, if you will, Dante Pittman, Lauren Tuhill, and many more on a chat on Brandon Martin's YouTube channel, so you check out our reaction out there. It is Saturday, February 19, 2022, 3:16 p.m. And I'll tell you what, this has been a real, a little, it's been a crazy ride. I ended up sleeping, almost slept through the Becky Lynch-Lita match. I mean, it's tough for me to wake up all day and such. And so they kicked it off, the Elimination Chamber, with Rey Mysterio going one-on-one with The Miz. And it seems like, once again, The Miz tried to utilize the fact of the light, cheat, and steal by Eddie Guerrero, tried to do that tactic that the Mysterios like to use, but unfortunately for The Miz, it kind of backfired, because as the referee was ejecting Dominic from ringside, The Miz tried to go crushing finale, but Rey Mysterio outsmarted him and ended up pinning him for the 3 count, and then that was it. So what do you do in that situation? So a little bit more on The Miz. So Rey Mysterio did pick up a victory over The Miz. The Universal title on the line, Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. I think I picked Reigns over Goldberg in this matchup. And true to fashion, I was correct. So Roman Reigns retains the Universal Championship against Goldberg. And we still defend the title against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. More on Lesnar. Then there was the first Elimination Chamber match of the night. That was the Women's Elimination Chamber match to decide who will face the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair versus Doudrop versus Rhea Ripley versus Nikki ASH versus Liv Morgan and versus Alexa Bliss. Liv Morgan and Nikki ASH started things off. Then Rhea Ripley came in, then Doudrop, then Rhea Ripley, then Alexa Bliss, then Bianca Belair. Nikki ASH was the first one to be eliminated, followed by Doudrop, and Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley was down to Bliss and Belair. And Belair was very impressive in the ring, along with Rhea Ripley. In the end, Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber, so she has the right to face the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania, whoever that may be. More on that. And the women's tag team matchup happened. Ronda Rousey and Naomi facing Charlotte Flair to SmackDown Women's Champion and Sonya Deville, where where Ronda Rousey has to have one arm tied behind her back, so they gave the right arm. But despite that, Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville tried to get control. They tried to do whatever it takes. Naomi and Ronda Rousey fought back, but in the end, Ronda Rousey and Naomi. Now, Ronda Rousey was wearing her judo outfit from the Olympics. Remember, she was a black belt judoka before, an expert at that, before she went into MMA. But in the end, Ronda Rousey and Naomi did pick up the victory, and that matchup between Rousey and Flair will happen at WrestleMania. So 2 major matches already going for them. Then you got the Falls Count Anywhere match, Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss. What a match this was. I'm going to give props to Madcap Moss. I mean, Drew McIntyre was about to do a reverse Alabama slam, but I think Madcap Moss kind of almost landed the wrong way, and his head landed on the mat, but he kept on continuing. I got to have a lot of respect for Madcap Moss for continuing the matchup despite all that. In the end, though, the winner of that matchup would be Drew McIntyre. Now, I've been having a Cody Rhodes theory. So I'm thinking, so during that time, in between that, Miz was interviewed by Kevin Patrick after the loss to Rey Mysterio. He says, you know what, I'm going to need a tag team partner, and I know who to have in mind. So I got to make a phone call. So here's my theory on that. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes have a little bit of history. We know rumors that Cody Rhodes is at the Elimination Chamber, that he's ready to come back to the WWE. Here's the deal. How are they going to introduce him in? I figured, I say Cody Rhodes may be Miz's tag team partner in the feud with Rey Mysterio, because Rey Mysterio was the one that's responsible for busting his face up with the 619 with a knee brace and made him undashing, and also gave him, that would give him the chance to bring back the classical version of the Intercontinental Championship. That was one thing I had in mind. So, and I look at Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss while Happy Corbin was out there jumping on Drew McIntyre along with Madcap Moss. I figured Cody Rhodes would come in with his old Dashing Ones partner, Drew McIntyre. When McIntyre first won the tag team titles, who was his partner? Cody Rhodes. So that was another thing. That was another possibility in that. So neither possibility has happened so far. Neither has happened so far. So many people would think he would appear after the matchup and go nose to nose with Brock Lesnar. I don't know. So the Raw Women's Championship is on the line. Becky Lynch versus Lita, a dream match for a lot of folks. And this is when I ended up falling asleep because I had a long day. I had to wake up early in the morning to get to work so I can come home and watch this and everything else. And I went to bed late last night, so that kind of factored in. But in the end, Becky Lynch did retain the title, and it seems like Lita's final match was against Becky Lynch. But in the end, Becky Lynch and Lita, heck of a matchup, but Lynch did retain. So it'll be Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair in a rematch, but this time for the Raw Women's Championship. Last time Becky Lynch took a title from Bianca Belair was the SmackDown Women's Championship. So this is a huge opportunity for Bianca Belair. So 3 title matches already happening so far. And then they did replay for the Undertaker 2022 Hall of Fame announcement. The Dead Man will be inducted this year in Dallas, Texas, his hometown. And I'm thinking, if Kevin Owens keeps running his mouth about Texas, and if Stone Cold ain't going to take care of it, or Shawn Michaels ain't going to take care of it, I'm sure the Undertaker will take care of business right there and then to shut Kevin Owens up, even if it's for one match only. You never know. SmackDown Tag Team titles was never on the line. Usos and Viking Raiders ended up in no contest because the Usos blindsided the Raiders and the Raiders got hurt. So there'll be no match at all. So the Usos, well, they retained their titles in a way in a no contest. So the WWE Championship on the line, the Elimination Chamber matchup, and starting it off was Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, former running buddies for each other, and then Riddle came in the ring, and then AJ Styles was next. And Seth Rollins powerbombed Theory through the pod of Bobby Lashley, and Lashley was kind of hurt, and I don't know why they took him out of the matchup. So, took out of the matchup, but then when they go to do the countdown to his pod, he was not in there. So Brock Lesnar busted out of his pod and started eliminating everybody. He started eliminating Rollins. He was the first one to go. Matt Riddle, he was the second one to go. AJ Styles was the next one. And it was between him and Austin Theory. Austin Theory's running around, climbing the cages. Austin Theory got thrown off one of the pods for an F5. But in the end, Brock Lesnar is the new WWE Champion once again. So it will be a title unification matchup between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So that is your Elimination Chamber events, 2022 Event Center. So that and better than that, I'm going to try to see if I can watch No Surrender tonight for Impact Wrestling. A lot of people saying they're hoping that's better than Elimination Chamber. A lot of people are not very happy about it. So that's all the time we have on the show. So that is it. So, if you like my show, you like this episode or any other episodes I do, just click subscribe if you like it. Ring the bell for notifications of WEML-TV Channel 77. This episode 985 has been complete. Until we see you in the next episode of 986, I wish you all the peace, all the love, and God's blessing from him above through me to you. I will see you on the next episode of WEML-TV Channel 77. It's Eric Lima saying, so long for now.